Welcome all Access partners to the second episode of the Access Network, where together we're innovating for a smarter and safer world. As in the prior segment, we're going to talk about 3 different topics relating to innovating for a smarter, safer world. And they're all represented here on the shelf. Today, I'm going to pick a couple of things here to the left. And the first one when it comes to innovation is IP audio, a very exciting and rapidly growing area. The second one, when it comes to smarter, safer, we're going to look at what we're doing for the world outside of security when it comes to CSR, represented here by the award from Mission 500 for Access CSR initiatives last year. And last but not least, the world is large, the geography here in Americas and the US is large, so we can't build AECs, Access Experience Centers, everywhere. Sometimes we need to cover them by a car, and we're going to talk about the first Access Experience vehicle. But first, let's welcome our first guest here, Chris Wildfoerster, Business Development Manager for Audio. Welcome, Chris. IP audio, that's exciting. I've been in the IP video space for a long time, and I must admit I know that a little bit better than audio. And IP video, I claim to say today, most new systems installed on the commercial side are IP. But when it comes to audio, that's not the case. Why is that? There's still a lot of analog out there.
Well, you're right. And just like analog video was out there for years, it took some time to make that penetration and access, and you've done a fantastic job doing that. And the same thing with audio. Typically with an analog audio system, you've got a bunch of components. It's a standalone system. They're rack mounted, whether it's on the wall or whether it's on the floor. And they have a bunch of different connectors that put them together in a 16, 24 gauge wire out to the speakers, right? So that's typically what you see today.
Yeah. So what is the main drivers to move over to IP-based systems also in audio that you see, and that, could help our partners to make a good business out of this?
Right. Well, I think, the first thing is use a lot less gear.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've taken all the intelligence that's in that rack, that analog rack, and we move that out to the edge in the speaker. So when you think physically how you put a system together, you've got a PoE switch, category cable out to our speakers, which are PoE powered, and you have a system.
Yeah. That's really cool. Typically, when I see you travel, you love our products, you travel with the products, but you didn't bring anything here today.
Oh, yes, I did.
Wow, that's a lot of product.
See?
Really cool. So to me, not being into the audio or not knowing as much, or most people, this might just look like a regular speaker, right?
They do.
But it is not.
No, because the driving difference is every speaker moves air. Right, that's really what it comes down to. But when you think about Access Network speakers, as I said before, everything's PoE powered, and we also have Edge software, which is a license-free configuration software, which is included with each and every speaker. That software gives you week-long scheduling capabilities. You can record messages and have them stored in the speaker, and have them played dependent upon specific events, health monitoring activities. Now, in addition, each one of these speakers has a built-in microphone, so you can listen in or do two-way talkback. The new speakers that we have here also have built-in LEDs, so you can have those LEDs triggered dependent on specific events.
Okay. So that's for a speaker, has all this built in. What if you have a little bit larger system? What overall solutions are available there?
Oh, with overall solutions that you're looking at for applications, when you look at operational efficiency or security and safety application. So security and safety application is really pretty straightforward. The most common being perimeter defender, right? So if somebody has cross-line detection, analytic in the camera, somebody crosses an area, the camera records them and then obviously plays a message out there, letting them know they're in a secure area, please depart the way you came. If it's in a monitored situation, the administrator can basically call out live to that person saying, hey, what are you doing in this area? Authorities are on the way. In addition to that, when you hear audio coming from an area that you don't expect, right? When you hear noise coming from an area, what's the first thing you do? You look up.
You look up, right?
So then you have verification there. From a operational efficiency perspective, that's more of your traditional PA. So whether you're doing schools or hospitals, healthcare, retail, whatever it might be, and other applications, that's your typical overhead paging, and they may use some schedule announcements there as well.
So combining video and audio makes an even stronger case for the IP audio application, right?
Absolutely. Audio sells video, video sells audio.
That's great. when do you think we're going to see most new systems being IP? Is that long far out, or is it happening pretty quickly?
I think it's happening pretty quickly. We're seeing it in pro audio as well as commercial audio. So I would think within 5 years, I think we'll see that tipping point.
That's great. I look forward to that. Thanks for joining us, Chris. Great to see you.
Thank you.
And with that, let's go mobile. Let's go on the road. Let's visit my friend Paul Winsker, Business Area Director for Mid-Atlantic, and look at his new toy. But before that, can I have my candy bowl back? Look at this exciting Axis Experience vehicle. Let's see what it's all about. Come on in. Hey, Paul.
Oh, Fredrik.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm very good.
Come on
exciting.
in to the Axis Experience vehicle.
Thank you. So, Axis Experience vehicle.
Yes.
Tell us, what is that all about?
Well, Fredrik, it's basically an Axis Experience Center and a living laboratory on wheels.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about the technology. You have cameras on the outside, on the inside. What can we show here? What kind of experience can we give?
Well, it's a lot more than just cameras, Fredrik. We can tell and show complete solutions, end to end with all Axis, or we also have partners involved in this as well. So we have Axis cameras, software, radar, access control, intercoms, IP audio, you name it, and we can show it and demonstrate it.
As I said, both inside and outside, it looked like an impressive array of camera and the mast as well, right?
That's right. We have a mast that can go up as high as 35 feet, so we can get some really good views. We could do a lot of great demonstrations like Axis Perimeter Defender and other things like that.
Great, and watching cool sites like the Washington Monument here as well, right?
Well, that's right, because we have full cellular capability as well. So what you have over here is what's local on the truck being shown, but over here we're actually connecting into the Washington, D.C. demo network.
Great. So what's the plan for the experience vehicle?
Well, it's really to keep it on the road as much as possible. You know, where it's not convenient for our customers to get to our experience center facilities, we're going to take this truck and bring the Axis experience to them.
Great. I'm looking forward to seeing it on the road.
Yes.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for stopping by, Fredrik.
Thank you, Paul, for showing us all Axis's new Axis Experience vehicle. I thought it was an amazing experience, and I invite all of you partners to take an opportunity to visit it when it comes through your city. With that, we're going to move over to the next section of doing something for a smarter, safer world, focusing on CSR. And with that, welcome Elaine Palome, Director of HR for the Americas. Hey, and welcome back from your sabbatical.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be back.
I'm happy to have you back.
Yeah.
So, a little while ago, we did the first ever Axis Community Day. Tell us what that is all about.
Yeah, so we took the opportunity to take the entire day off, or a day out of the office, to do something good for the communities in which we work and live. Axis has been very generous in the past, giving us 8 hours per year, each individual. And what we found was people weren't using it. So we decided to change it up a little bit and take a day where all of us would be out together. The result was that we had over 570 people that volunteered, approximately 4,800 hours of their time.
That's amazing. So I myself, I participated at the Paul Center here in Chelmsford. We did a lot of cleanup there. What other associations and organizations do we support?
Yeah, so as I was thinking about this on the way in this morning, and the conclusion I came to is there was something for everybody.
Yeah.
We volunteered at shelters for both animals and for humans. We also worked at food banks. We worked at community centers, and we did a little bit of everything. We planted trees, we cleaned up playgrounds, we shredded 6 years worth of confidential documents, we sorted donations, you name it, and we had a hand in it.
It was great. It was a good, fun day. looking into the future, what are our plans moving forward? And more importantly, what can our partners do to participate? They're doing something similar.
That's a great question. We had a lot of positive feedback from our CSR day. I think employees really enjoyed it and enjoyed spending time together with one another. So we will continue to do that. I think we have an obligation to help create not only a smarter, safer world, but a better one. And this activity really helped with that. Our partners can get involved by participating in the Mission 500 race, for example, at ISC West. But if you have any questions or our partners have any questions about how they can get involved, all they need to do is contact their favorite Access rep and we'll be sure to tell you.
Great. Thank you so much, Elaine. That was a very exciting day. I'm looking forward to next year as well.
Same here.
So that is all for episode 2. I hope you enjoyed the contents here and our guests, Elaine, Chris, and Paul. And for me, talking about innovation, I am as excited about IP audio as I was 20 years ago when it comes to IP video. So we have a great opportunity, all of us, ahead of us when it comes to the IP audio side. I'm also very excited of giving back and how we as an industry and community creates opportunities for our team members to be involved. So please join us and do the same thing. And we're looking forward to join your initiatives as well. And last but not least, of course, we think that the Access experience is different from other companies, and we welcome you to use not only our Access Experience Centers, but also experience our new Access Experience vehicle. With that, I hope to see you in a couple of weeks for the 3rd episode, where we're going to look at another 3 things on my shelf here. Until then, be well.